is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. The grandstands were a sea of red in 2019 thanks to the commemorative hats in honour of the late great Niki Lauda, who took home victory of course back in 1984. And it's a sellout crowd once again here today. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Smith lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Gasly, King, Kevin Magnussen and Stroll, Verstappen, Sainz, Bottas and Charles Leclerc, Kvyat, Albon, Esteban Ocon and Aitken, Norris, Joe, Antonio Giovinazzi and Nick de Vries, Matsushita, Giotto, Latifi and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to F1 2020 My Team Career Mode.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Alrighty, so in the last race, the French Grand Prix, Shay Smithey was victorious once again, and his teammate Sebastian Vettel missed out in the points, I believe. So go back and check that video out. So now today it's the Austrian Grand Prix and it's an 18 lapper. So we go to race strategy. 10 on the oh no, we go there. I trust and so we fuel the car up to about 24. Yes, let's go. That track temperature is 30 degrees. In air it's 22 degrees. So Shay Smithey is currently leading the World Drivers' Championship by a couple of points from Sebastian Vettel and Kevin Magnussen in the AlphaTauri. So let's get down to the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix. Here we go. Let's put it in launch control. Here we go. Let's get off. All 5 lights are off and it's the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. Shay Smithey off to a awesome start in this one once again. He had a whole new gearbox change and the rest. So this will be the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. All 5 laps will go racing. Here we go. And we are on board with Shay Smithey. He qualified in pole position and his teammate also qualified in 2nd position. Both Mercedes-FiveFaa racing cars had very good practices and qualifying. And oh whoa, Shay Smithey's all over the track. What happened there? Wow. That is absolutely amazing, and Shay is having some very difficult moments in this race so far. Oh wow, there's something definitely wrong with Shay's car. Can he recover? Shay's off the track, he spins out, gets hit by one of the AlphaTauri drivers. And that could be it for Shay Smithey for today. Can he recover? Oh, he's doing a couple of spins there. Hopefully he can get back on the track ASAP. And there he goes. Not the start Shay Smithey needed in this year's Austrian Grand Prix Season 6. So he will be definitely going into the pits now. Damage on his left wing. Definitely having some major issues start of the Grand Prix. So hopefully he can quickly get back out there. We'll stay on board till he comes out of the pits. He is definitely in last spot. Definitely in last spot. Not the best start for our boy Shay. So what can he salvage for this Grand Prix? Start of lap 2 now. So we will go on board with his teammate Sebastian Vettel is currently leading the Austrian Grand Prix. Wow, what drama already for this racing team. So that was a quick second lap. So Shay is last and Sebastian Vettel is leading the Grand Prix. So hopefully you all caught the last video of the French Grand Prix. And ladies and gentlemen, we will stay on the leader to we will stay on the leader for 1 or 2 laps. Then we will go through to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe, depending on the race length. In this case, the Austrian Grand Prix is an 18 lapper, so we will stay on with Sebastian for at least 1 more lap after this one. That will be the 4th lap, and then we will slowly go down the grid. So this has to be a very important race weekend for Sebastian. He's about 20 odd points behind, and now we are on lap 4. So we will stay on lap with Sebastian and we will go to the next driver, and I believe it's Jordan King, no, maybe Pierre Gasly in the Mercedes AMG racing car. There's a bit of a battle between the AlphaTauris and the Mercedes AMG in Pierre Gasly. We have not seen much of Vattari Bottas this season. We only seen the 1 podium, and that was in the last Grand Prix. So it looks like Sebastian has got this race under control. This will be definitely a massive boost for Sebastian if he wins today. He just needs everything to go right, especially his pit strategy. And there we go. This will be start of lap 5. And now we will go on board with an AlphaTauri driver. Possibly, yep, Jordan King. He has absolutely driven the pants off this car this season. This is actually his first point scoring season because he was previously with Haas Racing. He had his first drive at Mercedes-FiveFaa with Shay Smithey. That year he did not score any points. Then he swapped over to Haas Racing. Also did not score any points there. And now, first season with the AlphaTauri racing team, formerly the Toro Rosso racing team. Now he's scoring points in a number 2 best car. Best team in Season 6 of the Shay Smithey Mercedes-FiveFaa racing team. Now we will go on board with 3rd spot, and that will be Pierre Gasly. And this is race, well, lap 6 of the Austrian Grand Prix. Hopefully everyone has been enjoying it. Right behind him is Kevin Magnussen, and Kevin Magnussen is making the move on Pierre Gasly. Can he make it stick? No, he might. Oh, he definitely has. Kevin Magnussen has taken 3rd position, but we are on board with Pierre Gasly. He drops a position, and now he is down to 4th spot, possibly 5th spot. Right behind him is, who is that? Verstappen or Alex Albon? It might be Alex Albon actually. Don't quote me on that. It could be. Time will tell, because we will go on board with him. So now we are on board with a Red Bull, and yes it is, it's Max Verstappen. This is lap 7, and right behind him is Vattari Bottas. Good to see him in the top 10. Wow, absolutely brilliant racing here. In the start of this Grand Prix, Shay Smithey was having great difficulties with his racing car. He was all over the place. And now he has pitted and he's slowly climbing up the grid. At one stage thought it would be his race done, but Max Verstappen, can he get a podium position today? This would be start of lap 8. And now we are going on board with Vattari Bottas. The first time this season we've actually been on board with him. So what can he do? So it looks like in the Ferrari is Charles Leclerc, and then Alex Albon in the Red Bull. So it's a beautiful day here in Austria, and it's a beautiful day for racing. Blue skies galore. Absolutely superb. Haven't seen any of the leaders going into the pits yet. This is probably pit time now. No, they're not. So we will go on board with, is that Charles Leclerc or Carlos Sainz? Might be Carlos Sainz. It is Carlos Sainz. So this is lap 9. This is Carlos Sainz's first season in the Ferrari. Doing a pretty decent job, I think. It's a bit difficult. The Ferraris are no good these days. They kind of struggle. And then the two Mercedes AMG drivers are battling position. And it looks like Pierre Gasly has overtaken or gained his position, but it looks like it's a massive battle between them two cars, and Vattari Bottas has regained the position. This could be a chance for Carlos Sainz or Alex Albon to overtake these boys battling, but it doesn't look like now, because it looks like Bottas has kind of settled down. So now we're on board, and this is lap 10 of the Austrian Grand Prix with Alex Albon. He's getting some tail drag now. Oh, and he's overtaken Pierre Gasly. Same with Carlos Sainz. Wow, the Ferrari is definitely struggling at the moment. And there's a McLaren behind Pierre Gasly. I think we might go back to the race leader after this one, or we will go on board with a McLaren. So we might as well do that on lap 11. This is season 6 of the Mercedes-FiveFaa F1 racing team. Now we're on board with a McLaren. Everyone else has gone into the pits, and it looks like Danny Kvyat is. Looks like we are on board with Danny Kvyat, so he's driving this McLaren at the moment. trying to do his best, whatever he has. And it looks like there's a Mercedes-FiveFaa racing car behind this McLaren. Could it be Shay Smithey? I don't think it is. But we can have a quick look. Yes, it is. It is Shay Smithey. Shay Smithey is behind Danny Kvyat. I think this is possibly 12th position at the moment. Danny Kvyat's in 11th. Because a whole lot of cars have just pitted in. And Shay Smithey is kind of struggling. So we're going to go on board with is it? No, we're on board with Sebastian. Yes, we're on board with the race leader, Sebastian Vettel, and this is lap 12 of the Austrian Grand Prix. So, wow. Wow. Sebastian Vettel has a massive lead over Jordan King. And it looks like Jordan King has a bit of a lead to over his teammate Kevin Magnussen. This is an absolute domination in this Grand Prix. Who would expect it? The race was an absolute flabbergasted. Oh my god. Oh my lord, what are you saying, Father? What are you saying, mate? So you can hear the crowd supporting this German driver. Absolutely beautifulness. And this will be lap 13. Alright, let's go on board with the AlphaTauri of Jordan King. Jordan King so far is having a brilliant season in the AlphaTauri. Who would have thought this? So it's a yellow flag. Someone has had a bit of a bingle. Don't know who had a bingle. Who was it? Someone's out of the Grand Prix, and it could be possibly Lando Norris is out of the Austrian Grand Prix. That does not help him either, because I think he's in the top 5 possibly in the Drivers' Championship, but it's brought Kevin Magnussen up a fair bit now, catching up to his teammate. Listen to that AlphaTauri engine, absolutely sounds superb, and this will be lap 14, and we are going on board with his teammate Kevin Magnussen. After this lap, we will go on board with Shay Smithey. See what's going on with him at the moment, because he's only had one pit stop, and that's on the second lap, the opening lap of the Grand Prix. Oh wow. Not the best Grand Prix for that Australian. Kevin Magnussen in 3rd position. And it looks like Max Verstappen is catching up. In the Red Bull. Be interesting if he does. Okay, let's have a look through. So there's Verstappen. There's Vattari Bottas. And behind him is Sainz. Then we have that bloke, Pierre Gasly, Kvyat, Alex Albon, Lando Norris. Oh, it's still in the Grand Prix. Then Charles Leclerc right there. And then we have Lance Stroll. Then behind him is another driver. Who's that? That's some new bloke. And then we have Ocon. Then Alfa Romeo in Giovinazzi. And then we have Shay Smithey. Lap 16, and there's Shay. So Shay is about in 12th position at the moment. He's caught up a lot in this Grand Prix. So let's go back through the order. It's been a very interesting Grand Prix, definitely, and Kevin Magnussen has caught up to Jordan King big time. Absolute big time catch up there by the British and the Danish driver of the AlphaTauris. And we've got a German driver right here doing his thing at the moment. There we go. Now we're back on, and I believe this is the final lap of the Austrian Grand Prix. So hang on, this is lap 17. Lap 17, and Sebastian Vettel has had an absolute awesome race. And looks like he's overtaken the slow lapped car. Vettel's absolutely driving brilliant at the moment. Once again, he will be winning another race for the Mercedes-FiveFaa F1 racing team. Well done. And it's another lap. We're staying on board with the German. I must miscounted the laps in that. This is definitely the last one. Being a terrific race. And the final couple of corners. Sebastian Vettel will win the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix, and in second spot goes to Jordan King. He brings his AlphaTauri home for second, and in third is his teammate Magnussen. Oh, Sebastian Vettel has won the Austrian Grand Prix 2025, and Shay Smithey has not had the best race today. He will end up finishing in 12th position. Not a great race at all today for Shay Smithey. So that's a 12th spot for Shay, and driver of the day goes to George Russell in the Alfa Romeo.
So after a day of mixed fortunes up and down the field, we bring
happy team at Mercedes-FiveFaa F1 racing team for their man today, Sebastian Vettel.
I think that's smart tyre management on track and very smooth
And
driving
I have
definitely assisted
the
in
hiccups.
today. That combination meant they got the absolute
Happy
maximum
pit
out
crew,
of their tyres at all times.
happy team crew.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy.
Alright,
as they make their
so
way up to the
Sebastian
podium.
Vettel winning the Austrian Grand Prix, and in second spot goes to Jordan King for AlphaTauri, and in third was Kevin Magnussen, also for the AlphaTauri. Both AlphaTauri drivers get a second and third podium. The German